Yes, family, season's greetings to you. I did tell you I would find these antlers. So good morning. It's a new day, second day of December, starting to feel the festive spirit. If you're not, then we're going to send you some of that magic. So good morning to your household. This is DBS This Morning, your favorite show that wakes you up in the know with the good energy. And of course, now for the season, I'll add, and we're going to ensure that you are feeling the Christmas spirit. So right now, one of our first duties for the day is always to wake you up in the know. I'm Chayla Mendez, here to let you know it's about time we start our morning news highlights.
Good morning. Time now for a summary of your top stories. On the occasion of World AIDS Day, St. Lucians are being encouraged to know their status in an effort to eradicate the sexually transmitted disease. Those who have been diagnosed with the virus are being encouraged to take control of their lives.
When persons get diagnosed, it is a shock for them. And like every other chronic illness, it takes time to come to terms with your diagnosis. You need to accept it before you can move on. And for some persons, with acceptance comes the understanding that in order to manage their chronic illness, they need to take medication. And HIV, definitely you need to continue taking your medication, because once you stop, the virus will replicate and grow in your body again. The purpose of taking the medication is to reduce what we call the viral load, the amount of HIV in the body. And the point you want to get to is where the virus is not detectable. It doesn't mean that you're cured, but it means that you cannot detect the virus.
As part of activities to mark the observance of World AIDS Day, the Ministry of Health held an education and screening exercise. The Ministry of Commerce has responded to public cries for an explanation for the almost weekly price increases of goods locally.
Currently, globally, there are a number of factors that are impacting the cost of doing business and impacting the cost of shipping, impacting the cost of goods that are being imported from across the world, particularly from Asia, China, Japan, that area. For one, there is a shortage of shipping capacity, and that is leading to a backup and a premium being paid for space to ship. There's also a fact that shipping costs are rising dramatically, sometimes fivefold over a period of 6 months. We are also seeing that there's a shortage of some very essential inputs caused in some cases by weather attributable to climate change, frost in the US, and also there's been flooding in some key producing areas. So you see the cost of foodstuffs going up dramatically.
Worldwide, the prices for food, fuel and consumer goods have risen significantly. The discovery of a fetus at a school has refocused attention on the issues of teenage pregnancy and access by teens to sexual and reproductive health care services, including to information.
When I go to the schools, the children are challenging me because, they have the internet, they read on it. Sometimes I have to do my reading too, because when I go to the school, they're challenging me, the kind of questions that they're asking me. You can see that these children are hungry for information. And I always tell them, there's nothing wrong in saying no. When you say no, it's your body. You need to control your body, and at the same time, be assertive. Whatever you say, be assertive.
She says some parents are apprehensive about the program, but the information being given has greatly helped in decreasing teen pregnancy over the years. As part of efforts to finalize logistics for the launch of a new campaign to assist micro producers through better branding, the Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with the Ministry of Commerce, convened an initiative to test the judging criteria for the selected local products called One Village, One Product campaign.
And what you find happening is that through agriculture, a lot of small and micro producers are able to sustain a livelihood. The challenge they have, however, is in their product development and sometimes in their product branding. Through the OVOP, what they are able to do is that since OVOP is a global community, that brand becomes recognizable. And persons recognize that there's a quality associated with OVOP from within as we develop the project, but also from outside of St. Lucia where other persons know of what OVOP is. So because agriculture really has a low entry point for many small and micro producers. You find that it is generally targeted as a way through which small and micro producers can enter into the livelihood and then help them to grow to be larger producers ultimately.
Last week's activities sought to increase the capacity of selected judges ahead of the campaign's launch, and that happens on December 14th, 2021. And those are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
And just like that, we have you in the know. But guess what? If you're somebody, yes, you, who may have just woken up, so you didn't quite catch everything in the news highlights, it's all right. We welcome you to the family, and we just want to let you know the midday newscast will be coming up and the nightly newscast at 7 p.m. So you still have plenty of opportunities to be in the know with us with your number one leader. Now, with this being said, we have a really fun show for you today. So please wake up the rest of your household, shake them up, have your tea, your coffee, or again, 'tis the season for cocoa tea. At least it's always for me. So get ready. We're going to be right back here on DBS This Morning. What's up, beautiful people? Good morning once again. Season's greetings to all of you. December energy coming my way. And if anybody's celebrating a birthday, happy birthday to you. This segment is really special because, as you all may already know, Miss Tyler Theophan is representing St. Lucia for the Miss World pageant. And from what we can see and what we've been hearing, she has been doing an amazing job thus far. If in case you've not been following, then this is our opportunity once again to keep you in the know. So this is going to be a little excerpt from the head-to-head challenge. Of course, they're in Puerto Rico. The actual show or the pageant competition day is the 16th of December. So mark that on your calendar. Tyler is in Group 8, and this is what happened at the head-to-head challenge. And again, I think you'll see why we know she's making St. Lucia proud.
Now it's time for St. Lucia.
Bonjour, tout le monde. Hello, everyone. I am 23-year-old Tyler Theophan from the beautiful Helen of the West, St. Lucia. Welcome to my world, 238 square miles of paradise. From cascading silver waterfalls to lush green vegetation, white sandy beaches, and the iconic Twin Peaks and World Heritage Sites, the Pitons. My beautiful island has been awarded the title Caribbean's leading honeymoon destination 11 times, and most recently in 2020. I am so proud to be Lucian and to represent St. Lucians at home and around the globe at the Miss World 2021 contest in San Juan, Puerto Rico. I am blessed to have been raised by a group of strong women, my grandmother and my mother, who taught me that there is greater joy in giving than in receiving, a truth that I have come to own. My deep sense of community is not confined to Cafe, where I am from, but extends to my country, St. Lucia, as I continue to seek out opportunities to bring joy to others along my journey of life. Meanwhile, I continue to be taught and to grow, always going back to the source of my life, my legacy of love, of peace, of caring, and of sharing. My community. I believe it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a nation to raise a queen. My country inspires me. Let her inspire you. Thank you, St. Lucia, for making me your Miss St. Lucia World. Gracias, Miss World, por permitirme ser parte de su patrimonio.
You said you've been raised by your mother and your grandmother. How was it like to be raised by two women?
I actually grew up in an extended family home. However, my grandmother and my mom, they really were the ones who looked after me the most. they have really been my support system. They have taught me how to be inspired without me even knowing what it meant to be inspired. So when I was younger, my grandmother, she was very much involved in taking care of the elderly. She also did a lot of farming and she did craft work. So I loved them so much that I would always find myself very much everywhere they were. And my grandmother, when she did farming, I would go to the farm with her and I would dig the potatoes with her. In St. Lucia, we would call that digwadi patat. And I'd also go ahead and plant tomatoes with her, and that would be us planting tomatoes. And I was always so excited to do those things. And with being around them, it grew me to understand that I'm actually passionate about the environment. With her actually assisting the elderly, I remember going around and just walking along the streets, and there would be some elderly folks that would call on to me. And I remember very clearly that there was this one specific old woman that would always call me to come over for lunch, breakfast, or dinner, and we would have Kool-Aid grape juice. So every time that I see Kool-Aid grape juice, I get those memories, and it brings back so much warmth to me. And my mom actually learned that from my grandmother, and she's so focused on sporting activities and assisting boys especially with just straying away from activities that they shouldn't be involved in. And I learned that from my mom learned that from her mom, and now I'm actually being a big part of giving back and sharing. So I am extremely grateful for these two strong, independent women in my life, and I love them dearly.
They have taught you everything.
Yes.
Thank you, St. Lucia.
Everybody, good morning, beautiful people. Thank you so much for being part of our DBS family. This segment is something I can't wait to share with you. Of course, we know our segment to follow will be Neuro Movement, where we can unwind, relax, and still get a good workout in a less strenuous way. But sometimes you guys don't realize all the hard work or sometimes all the crazy things that happen on a shoot. You just see the final product. So right now, again, we want to take you inside our world, behind the scenes of our most recent Neuro Movement shoot. So from having breakfast on the go to weather being temperamental, the rain delays, taking 2 days instead of 1, this is our behind the scenes of Neuro Movement. So enjoy. Hey DBS family, good morning. So I know this is a very different setting, and we are literally behind the scenes of our new season that we're shooting of Neuro Movement. So special shout out to Daria. If I have to let you know, it's been so many ups and downs this morning. First of all, in heading to the shoot, my cameraman had issues with his brakes. They apparently went, so I had to come to the rescue. When we finally got here, we started our first segment to shoot, and this is me giving you a synopsis, by the way, if you've not already noticed. But then we got some showers of blessings initially. You see, the backstory to this is we're blaming Javon. You'll see his face just now, because there was a slight drizzle when we were setting up, and you were like, oh, it may rain. And then he goes, I don't believe in that, don't worry. And everybody's like, respect the rain. Anyways, I think the rain came back in full force to have him make sure he give the respect due. And so I'm actually very soaked, trying to dry up over here in my little shelter, which wasn't much of a shelter. So we just had a rain delay basically. So welcome to the behind the scenes of our new season of Neuro Movement, which will be soon hitting you guys right here on DBS this morning. So yeah, we're gonna catch up with the rest of the crew, and you're gonna see all what's going on. But so much hard work goes into putting these productions together. So I just figured, again, as always, I like to give you the insight and the real view and the real feel of everything that's going on and happening. Let me see if I can give a little glimpse of the team right here, recuperating, recalibrating, trying to get ready, and trying to work against the weather. The sun is out though, so we give thanks. It's blessings anyways. So let's go check them out.
Go. Welcome to lesson 2 In today's lesson?
Sorry.
Okay.
Wait. I'm happy you said wait. Javon, say good morning to the people, please.
Good morning.
After you blight us for disrespecting the rain, so it came back out with a vengeance. Daria, we are so happy to have you back here with us. So
Happy
just
to
tell
be
the viewers
here.
good morning.
Good morning.
All right, and we have a special guest. We may seem like we're twinning today. Sister. And she's quite happy. You know, I like your energy today because everything has not been an issue. It's just blessings. It's nature. So she's been keeping us going. She's already zenned out. Daria, what do you want to tell the people to expect for our new season coming up?
For our new season, I want you to know that gentle movement is the key to living vibrantly. So go ahead, take part in the lessons and just allow yourself to feel renewed, refreshed and restored.
Now, you know, I think it's quite ironic with renewed and refreshed because after these showers, listen, I think we might even throw in that little clip of us screaming and running away thanks to Javon calling the rain. But guys, I'm going to cut right here so that I don't slow progress. But again, we're just bringing you behind the scenes. This is TV Live, people. TV Live. So we are running for shelter again. Trying to find another location. This is crazy. Blazing hot sun, definitely pouring rain, and this is slowing progress. But again, this is the reality of all the things that we deal with that you guys don't know when you see a finished product. So let me try and run for it before the rain comes in. And of course, because I was straggling behind trying to capture this for everybody, this is my new shelter as I try to catch up and safely make my way without getting too wet to the new location, and also try not to chiwe. So again, the things you guys do not see, this is what I'm here for. Okay, so I'm trying to use my powers of deduction to find the crew. So I'm looking for any clues and hence signs of wet footprints so that I can follow. In the meantime, let's enjoy sightseeing. Hola. Hey good people, good morning, and let me welcome you to day number 2 of our behind the scenes of our neuro movement shoot. Now let me just make you understand something. There was never ever supposed to be a day 2. We wanted to maximize and have one day, make it super productive, where we would do neuro movement in the morning at 9, estimated until about 12 noon, and then kick off for 1 p.m. with our Soca Size crew. But of course that was all weather permitting, which the weather did not permit, and that was because of Javon's fault. You may have seen that already. Disrespecting nature and, you know, just having zero respect for its true power. And all of a sudden, the rains kept coming down. So we had to postpone the neuro movement because we really weren't getting too far in it, and shifted to the following day in hopes that weather again would permit. But we did an afternoon time based on what I noticed. The weather is temperamental in the morning, and by 12 noon, 1 o'clock, it kind of regulates itself and sun in full effect. So with all of this being said, so far the weather is looking good. We've been a little bit more prepared. So this is day 2 of behind the scenes of our extended cut of neuro movement. Part of our preparations is that it was such a long day. We came with our chairs this time. I don't know what I was thinking, so Exhibit A, I made sure I bring my chair, because clearly I thinking more about Javon than he thinking about himself. So I hooked him up with a chair as well, and an umbrella, because the 1 o'clock sun is scorching. But anyways, with all of this being said, I'm just excited that we're getting it done, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we will get it done to completion. So let's go check things out. You know, and some things never change. St. Lucia helicopter is blessing us with some noise disturbance today. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be complaining because we're invading, as you can hear. Let's see if you can see it. You know, I guess, like I said, we are the invaders here. But who'd have thought, even on a Sunday, I just thought we'd get a break. But we're gonna work with it. It's good vibes anyways. It's a short pause for the team. Listen, we thought they were done, but it's a second helicopter. Jeez. Like I said, I know we're the invaders here. We can on their turf, but I thought we'd have a break because it's a Sunday. But Daria, I was telling the people this is our technical day 2.
Yes.
Of Neuro Movement. It was never scheduled to be 2 days.
Yes.
Thanks to the weather. But the good thing
Now
is
we have helicopters.
we get good weather, but never thought the helicopters would be running so often on a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
So, but listen, we're gonna still be bringing the good vibes and the good energy. Of course, we have Queen Esther still zenning out. How are you feeling? I know you've been giving us a lot of good energy today.
It's been marvelous.
Yeah. Listen, you know, the best thing about it is that every time we come here, you're grounding, you're tuning in with nature, and, you know, I think it's in line with exactly what is supposed to happen with Neuro Movement, right? So what do you want to tell the people right now, although you're doing all the hard work, but what do you want to tell them so far? Yeah, it could have been worse, trust me. I kind of wish I was on that mat as well.
It's a rewarding experience.
Absolutely.
Really rewarding. The movement is subtle, but it has great benefits. Yeah.
Well, St. Lucia, we're going to try to get back to progress as soon as we have no more noise disturbance. So fingers crossed this ends soon.
Welcome to our Neuro Movement Wellness Series. I am Daria. Neuro Movement is an opportunity to discover the amazing powers of the brain for healing, pain relief, and rejuvenation. Some of the benefits of Neuro Movement are reduced tension, reduced pain, and overall well-being. Welcome to Lesson 2. Go ahead and find a place to lie comfortably, either on the floor or on your bed. Now gently bend both knees and put the 2 feet standing comfortably. In this position, I want you to reach on either side of you just to notice how easy it may be for you to reach towards your ankles. So just notice and just feel the movement. And now go into your rest position. Now, with your 2 knees bent, go ahead and interlace the fingers and place the hands behind your head. In this position, you will gently take your right elbow towards the right hip. So you're just gliding towards the right hip and back. So just remember, the elbow and the hip are not going to touch. This is just the trajectory. You allow the right elbow to come closer to the right hip and back. And again, just pay attention to what areas in you can feel are participating in the movement. Notice if you feel any movement in your spine. Notice if you feel any movement in your ribs as you gently take the right elbow towards the right hip. And now slowly and gently stop this movement. And go ahead and we'll do the movement now on the opposite side, which is the left side. So you are gently taking your left elbow towards the left hip. And again, you use the 2 sides of the body differently. So just pay attention and notice how the movement feels for you. Maybe the right side was easier, or maybe the left side is now easier. And go ahead and stop the movement. Place your arms beside you and rest. And again, in the rest position, just check in with yourself. Just notice how you are feeling. Maybe notice your contact with the floor now. And go ahead and interlace the fingers and place the hands behind your head. And now for our next movement, when you gently slide or glide the right elbow towards the right hip joint, just notice whether you can feel more movement in the ribs. Notice if you can feel more movement in the spine. Notice if the neck is moving freely. And we'll do one more movement like this. So again, we did the two sides just again to notice, to observe if at any point whether there is a shift for you. So again, just pay attention to that. And go ahead now and continue this movement on the left side or the opposite side. So I can see a little bit more movement happening in the ribs. So now on the left side, the ribs are folding more, whilst those on the right side would expand or open out. So again, just remember to breathe as you're doing this movement, so you don't hold your breath at any point in time. And gently stop the movement. Place your arms beside you. And now we'll do a check-in. So basically we'll do the movement that we did in the beginning. So now just go ahead and gently lengthen each side and just notice how you are able to move closer towards your ankles. So now with your hands interlaced behind your head, go ahead and gently, you'll be lifting the head with the help of the arms, and you'll be crossing the right elbow to the left knee, and then go down, and then when you come back up again, you cross the left elbow to the right knee. So remember, when you go down, you take a deep breath in, and when you come up, you exhale. So you take your right elbow to the left knee, exhale, and slowly go down. And then when you come back up again, you take your left elbow to the right knee. So you'll do two more movements like this, slowly and gently. So it's a small movement. You don't need to, it's not a crunch, it's not a sit-up. All we're doing is directing the elbow towards the knee and the knee towards the elbow. And slowly and gently, you'll stop this movement. Go ahead now and just place your arms beside you. And now we are going to do our check. So we're going to do the movement that we did in the beginning, just to notice now how it feels for you to gently reach towards the ankles. So go ahead and just notice now as you're doing these movements, notice if it's easier for you to reach towards your right ankle or towards your left ankle, or maybe both. So this movement will definitely allow you to release any tension in the spine, in the back, and throughout the body. So thank you so much for taking part in lesson 2. Thank you for taking part in our Neuromovement Wellness series.
Hey everybody, good morning and goodbye. This is where we do the official wrap up for the show. And again, as Santa's official helper, I want to let you know there's a lot to look out for right here on DBS. Kicking off this weekend will be our Christmas cooking show, aka Magie Noel. Not to mention, we will soon be starting our Jingles DBS's Bells live Christmas show. So again, prizes, surprises, wholesome fun for the family. So this is why you're going to see these antlers for the entire season, because we're making sure people feel that warmth that is missing. And trust me, if you keep it locked to your leader, we will take care of you and your family. So thank you so much for being part of DBS this morning, and I'll see you tomorrow.